In this video, I'm going to show you how to create an email newsletter with AWeber. I'll also cover the steps that you need to take to create a form so users can provide their email and their name and subscribe to your newsletter. So this is the article that I have on the website on colorfulrecipes.com, and I have provided a link to click on so you can actually get started with the process of creating your AWeber account. There's also a helpful video here that you can watch that comes straight from AWeber, going over all the features and why it is important and useful for your newsletter campaign and email campaign. So to start, click here, and keep in mind that we are affiliates of AWeber. So we actually get a small commission when you sign up and use their service, but we definitely believe in the services they provide and have used AWeber for our email newsletter. So in this article, like I show here in this video, you can see the step-by-step instructions on how to select the plan, create the newsletter, also name it, manage the email responses within it, as well as creating a form that you can use on your website, and the end result of the form would look something like this. Here we go. So this is basically what we're trying to get done. At the end, you're going to have a form. It could be embedded in your website, or maybe a pop-up that comes up when users provide their name and email. They will automatically get added to your list. So without further ado, I'm going to go back, click on this link, click here, and this will take you straight into aweber.com. What you'll do here is start the 30-day free trial, because this free trial gives you obviously 30 days of you experimenting and trying the email newsletter service before you have to pay anything. Then I think the current price is about $19 a month after the first month. You still have to provide your credit card information in the beginning because they automatically start charging you at the end of the trial. If you want to cancel, obviously you can do that before the payments kick in. So you provide your login name. This is your username to log in, and all the rest of the information, including billing information. And once all is done, you basically log into AWeber for the first time, and I'll show you how you can configure the newsletter. So now that we've logged in to AWeber, the easiest way for you to create a list is to simply click on Manage Lists. So you click on that on the top menu items here, and then you'll be able to click on Create a List, this green button. Of course, if you have other lists created, they'll be listed here for you to be able to manage them. So let's do that. Create a list. Your company name, your website name, your address. You are actually required to provide an address, so you can do that. What sender name and email address should appear in your emails? This is essentially the from name that users or subscribers will actually see when they receive your email newsletter campaign. Sender email is the email that the message will go out from. Next, you can actually name your list. So you can name it anything here, from like main subscribers to something very specific if necessary, such as a photography list. If you're creating a newsletter list where you want to put all your customers or all your subscribers who have shown interest in photography, you can do it that way too. If you aren't interested yet or don't have enough subscribers to segment your list by tags and labels, this may be a good way to get started, where you can put either everybody in the same list or create multiple lists from the beginning and potentially merge them later. This is where you can describe the emails that the users are going to receive. So you can pretty much mention here blog updates, tips and tricks, whatever it is that you want to use the newsletter for. This is it. So let's go ahead and click next. Here in the confirmation message, you can specify a pre-approved subject if possible from the ones that you have available here, or you can create your own. But this is usually something that is very easy to modify later, so you can probably keep it the way it is right now. Confirm your subscription is the subject line of the message the subscribers will receive after they fill out the form. They'll get this email, and all they have to do is click on this link that is embedded inside of the email to confirm that they indeed subscribe to your newsletter, and this isn't like a spam message or some bot automatically signing up to your newsletter. You can customize this by clicking edit and change the text, change the signature. Anything is possible here. If you're good with it, you can click on approved message and create list. Let's click on manage lists again, And now you'll be able to see the main subscribers list is ready. So if you click on it, you'll be able to see all the information that you just set up. You can even put in your email address here so you can get a notification when somebody subscribes to the list. I think this may be enabled by default for your email, but you can add other people on your team or others that you want to notify whenever somebody signs up. You can personalize the list, post the updates on Twitter, Facebook, and then add global snippets that you can leverage as like variables basically in the email messages. Confirm opt-in, this is the one that we just configured. So it's already available here. You can turn it on, turn it off for the forms, and you can send confirmed opt-in emails for imports. When you import the list from Spreadsheet, for example, or another service, do you want to send them the confirmation, or do you kind of want to do it behind the scenes? And this is what confirms how you want to handle that. The success page here, if you have any, is what the subscriber would be redirected to after they sign up. Otherwise, they would get the default ones built into the system, like a thank you page you can send them to if you want. So now that the list is ready, step 2 is creating the form. You do that by clicking on Sign Up Forms and create your first sign up form. So luckily, it doesn't start with a blank page, and it already starts you here with the name and email already available in the form. So if this is all you need, you're pretty much done. The name is available, the email is available. You can click on it, and then just to confirm, this is what the label name is. It's called name. Options is where you can specify whether you want it to be pre-populated with something, like type your name. You could use it, a lot of people use it for instructions. Email is also the same thing, the label and no value. Clicking on the sign up button here, it gives you the option of seeing it. There's nothing that you can change in the sign up button, although you could use different buttons and drag different things onto the form by using this create new field button here. So once you click on that, it tells you what is the name of the field that you want to use, and you can specify, for example, that you want to add the last name or your website name, or for example, you can add a radio button here that would ask people how many emails should they be receiving from you. Do you want to hear from me every time there's a new post, or do you want to hear from us, for example, on a weekly basis as a summary? So go to step 2, basic settings. Form name can be called anything. Could be like called form, call it form 1. Thank you page. This is where the fun begins, actually. So what you could do here, you could use a basic thank you page. When somebody signs up via that form, they get the regular thank you page that would look just like this. Simple confirmation. Or you can use an audio version of it that speaks. So right now you can't hear it, I think, part of this audio. But basically, it would be reading this message out loud to the subscriber, telling them, you're almost done. Thank you. Please look for an email in your inbox and click on the button to confirm subscription. And the video option is not bad at all, because it's actually a smart video option. Once you preview, you'll be able to see that this is what the subscriber is going to see. It will show it will show the subject that you customized in a video, indicating or basically guiding your subscriber to go back to their email, open this email, and click on the confirmation. So this is kind of a cool way of doing this if you want. And obviously, you can add a custom page or do nothing and stay on the current page. We'll stick with the basic version for now. If somebody's already subscribed, it also gives you the option of either directing them to a custom page, telling them that you're already subscribed, or a basic version that is already built into AWeber. Advanced options, if you want to track clicks to that form, you can put something in here for ad tracking. And then start on message, you can also create a follow-up or a workflow that automatically gets triggered as soon as somebody signs up via that form, like getting a welcome message, as it says here. Go to step 3. You must save your form before it can be published. Sure, let's go ahead and do that. Save your form. And now the last step is figuring out how you want to put the form on your website. If you have a blog or any other site, you can choose from 3 different options. The first one is doing it yourself, and you do that by clicking this and copying this code and pasting it pretty much anywhere on your site. If you have just a pure HTML site, you can just find your preferred location on the site to put this in and paste it. If you're using WordPress, then you can add a widget, a text widget, and like on your sidebar or footer or whatever you want to put this, and paste this text in it, and that would be just fine. The form will just simply show up as soon as you save it. Any changes that you come back to AWeber and make will not require you to re-update the code, because it already links to the form ID, and you can just make the changes on AWeber and they'll automatically be reflected on your website. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then all you need to do is get somebody who knows how to do this and use this feature. My web designer will install my form, and you basically type in their email and tell them something here and click and send to my designer. And what this will do is AWeber will send them instructions with the code they need in order for them to add the form to your website. Last option is have AWeber host my form. This isn't really a terrible way of doing it, but it's not really the best because the user will be, or the subscriber will be redirected to AWeber. They will leave your domain, they will leave your whatever your site name.com and get redirected to aweber.com where the form will show up. So it's not the most professional way, but it works and there's no technical issue with it for you to avoid it. You can potentially experiment with this if you choose to. And that's about it. So these are the 3 steps that you can follow to add the form to your website. And you're pretty much done. You can just sit back and enjoy watching your subscribers subscribe to your newsletter and watching your list grow.